What's up, boys? It's Johnny. Welcome back. Sunday. It is August 9th. It's 11:51 a.m. I've already been to the gym, already been out into the world today and doing stuff. Worked on a little business stuff earlier today. Got some stuff upgraded, which is good. And yeah, man, absolutely a wonderful day. Been out to the park. Flew the drone. I mean, I've just done so much today already that I feel great about it. Anytime I get to moving and doing, it's the best, guys. So let's talk about this a little bit today. Why do you think men are checking out, guys? This is such a popular video that's been done so many times by so many different people, and we always like to kind of point it out, where I think the reason for it is the more, it's like there's a saying that the more you repeat the lie, you repeat the lie, you repeat the lie, it becomes true. Now, obviously, this isn't a lie. We all know this. Everyone can see this. Even the normies are waking up and starting to see this now, guys. That is, there are no benefits to men at all in getting in this marriage. And you might say, well, what about kids? Look, I'll give you kids. That's it. That's going to be painful if you get to have kids. It's going to end. There's going to be all kinds of weird pain, and trust me, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. I have 5 kids. It was worth it. It was all of it. I'd do it all over again, but just know that going in, that's it. That's where it stops. And even that comes at a very high price, both financially and mentally, spiritually, your health-wise, your cortisol levels. I mean, stuff's going to happen with your kids. It's going to make you bounce around and all kinds of stuff too, just because of the nature of things in life and other people. This is very common. But what are the other repercussions? I mean, are, nothing positive. You're going to have to pay all kinds of situational charges, guys, if you're the man in a relationship with a woman nowadays. Meaning, it might be her hair one day, it might be her nails one day, or something she saw that was shiny and it's not her birthday, but for some reason we're buying her presents like she's a princess. I don't understand. I really don't get it. But you're going to be also on the hook for her extras, okay? Insurance, whatever it may be, especially if you're cohabitating, living together, whatever, any of that kind of stuff. It's going to make you largely responsible for that. And you can say, well, I'm not responsible for it. Okay, but if you're her boyfriend and she doesn't get it, and then her car gets whatever, and now you got to drive her around and it becomes a nightmare to be with this chick, then what? So at very least, most men would be best off if they found a girl that was actually capable of long-term maintaining her life and her situations and all her stuff, and keeping her oil changed and doing all these other things that might potentially fall on a man's back if he gets together with this woman. That's the real crux of the situation. And when you think about it, in the past, men did this because it was honorable, because likely the woman had not slept around a lot. She had not been with a lot of people. Well, unfortunately, in today's modern world, guys, a lot of these modern women have been with lots and lots and lots of people, or at least more than a handful, which, when I was a young guy coming up, man, that was unheard of. I mean, I'm sure they had been with them. You didn't know about it. It wasn't out there, and there wasn't a record of it for sure. Nowadays, these kids have a record of everything. There is a digital recording of most of these kids' embarrassing situations, things in their life that they've been through. And the unfortunate thing is, well, they have that record. When I was a young man coming up, boy, it's a good thing there was no cameras really focused on us that much. I mean, there were some cameras, but they were few and far between and very pricey and expensive, and you couldn't bounce around with them because there was no video stave on it or anything like that, guys. And for that reason, I don't have a record of all the terrible, terrible decisions that I've made in my life. Unlike so many people nowadays that have that great permanent record of some dumb stuff that they did. And it's unfortunate. Let's see if we can back up before we get in the mud. Try to get this sun off of you boys a little bit. I think over there might be better. Yeah, let's do this. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah, there we go, boys. That's a little better. Let's get some of that sunlight out of here. And yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah, let's get this lit just right. Perfect, let's get back in. Boys, remember, we tell men these things about the benefits and not benefits of being with a woman. And frankly, today in the modern world of 2026, with inflation and all these other things that are up more than ever, the cost of all these things, gas, you name it, all of that you would have been responsible for with a girl 10 years ago, well, the price of all those things in the last 10 years are up by like 30% or more in some things. Gas, for sure, is up by like 50% over that price. So, this is a weird paradox we find ourselves in, guys, where there's no benefits to having a woman in your life long term. And I like women, guys. I really do. It's not that I don't like them. It's what I like about women. The sacredness of the vajayjay has been taken away. And when it's not as special when anybody can get it. And you might be like, well, what about sex? Well, look, when you're 50 and you've had sex a billion times, guys, like you start to get like, yeah, but what else? Then what? What else is there? You know what I mean? So it gets to a point with somebody over and over. Now, obviously, a young fling here and there or whatever, obviously that's going to be a little bit more exciting or whatnot, but over time, that sex feeling is going to fade. Then what is the man left with? A bill. A bill, a complaining bill that's unhappy with him about this and unhappy about that, and he's got to walk on eggshells and don't say the wrong thing, or she might have a bad day today. Lord knows if you throw in alcohol and head meds and everything else, a lot of women are going to have a bad day, statistically. And a lot of other women have a real problem with jealousy, and if you're a semi-successful man, she might not like that. Or if you don't make as much money as her, she might not like that. So you're kind of damned if you do and damned if you don't, if you're a man. And right now, boy, the whole world seems to hate men. White men specifically. Yeah. Yeah. Which is an interesting thing to see. But more importantly, guys, remember, right now, you don't need the extra headache, heartache, and bill of having a woman around in your life long term if she can't support herself. Don't let her move in with you. She can have her own apartment. She's a grown-up. And you can say, well, I don't want her to see other people. And if she lives with me, I can keep an eye on her and have access to sex. And you're sacrificing a part of yourself to do that. And to sacrifice part of yourself for sex is a terrible thing. Trust me. I haven't been like working down on the quarter when the ships come in or anything. I'm just saying you wouldn't want to be in that position, guys. It's not a good thing. You wouldn't want to put somebody in that position. You wouldn't want to be in that position. You wouldn't want to take advantage of someone. Ideally, you wouldn't anyways, right? And because of this, it means that having a long-term relationship where you live with a woman is going to deplete you as a man. It's going to drain you as a man. And not in a good way either, guys. I mean, it's going to do that a little bit. It's going to take so much of you to hold back, guys. The more you hold back who you are as a person, as a man, your machismo, your flow, your whatever you want to call it. The kids have all these words these days, but it's you. It's your gusto. It's you as a dude. It's your bravado. It's how you carry yourself that other people see. And the more that you have to be subdued, and I don't want to upset society, and I don't want to say the wrong thing. You seem like a bitch. You seem like a go along with whatever the government's regime said. Which, I mean, don't, disobey the government. You seem kind of like a, you don't really seem like you got any guts to you, any spine or anything like that. You seem like a very well-behaved individual. I'm sure you're a lot of fun at parties. Right? Right, guys? So, assuming that you are this softer gentleman and you get with a girl and you keep her around and whatever, and she may or may not lose respect for you at some point because you do come off a little softer. Some of you men don't realize how soft you come off. No offense. Some of your hands are soft as shit, guys. Can you see that? I don't know if y'all can see that. My shit's... You could make noise on my shits. Calluses, guys. Hard work. Some of these guys out here come off soft. They end up getting with a broad. That broad takes advantage of him. And every day it steals a little piece of his soul. And every day he feels a little worse about who he is. About what he's got going on in his life. he starts to question his own masculinity. He starts to question all these things about himself and who he is as a person, because he's used to having this girl there to say, oh, well, this, and oh, well, that, and you gotta. Well, sometimes you don't gotta, guys. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you just gotta be your own man, go along through life a little bit, and not living your life all day long in this weird, caged behavior where you have to dull down what you think or what you say, or you might say something or think something that's inappropriate that you would be free to say around your guy friends and have a good laugh, and all of you guys are like, oh, how many babies were in the microwave? Oh shit, that's hilarious. Or whatever your jokes are about, you know, that you couldn't say around a woman because, you know, oh, I like babies. No, historically, ladies, y'all don't actually. So the microwave baby jokes would have been very, you know, I'm sorry. No, we would never kill babies. Yeah, ladies, we got it. It's very convincing. Very convincing. That's another thing that's in it for you as a man if you get with a woman. What if you do want to have a kid? What if you have a kid, she gets pregnant, it's your baby. Let's roll those dice and assume that came up lucky 7, that's your baby. And she decides, well, she don't want to have the baby. Or at the last minute, she decides, well, she don't want to have the baby, because they've been fighting for the right to, even later on when the baby's, you know, full grown, I guess now they're up to like 21. That's when they can abort the baby now, 21 years. What if you get to that point, you're excited, and y'all are very happy and super excited about it, and then she uses the baby as leverage against you to get you to do whatever, or else she pitches a fit, or says you don't get to see the baby anymore, or just decides to off and, you know, nix the old baby. What then? You will suffer a tremendous toll as a man, because us men, that are men, straight men, want to procreate. Yes, we want to have all the fun sex and skeet and not necessarily procreate, but ultimately we are practicing for that one moment where we create our legacy, or whatever you want to call it. And some of you guys are like, legacy? What are you? I got 5 kids, man. I have a legacy of 5 beautiful, wonderful kids. They're all doing their own things, and they're all their own people, and they're going to go off into the world, bump their heads a few times, I'm sure, maybe be successful, maybe not, who fucking knows, but whatever they do, that's the legacy, baby. And some people think, well, it's not legacy unless it involves money and power and fame. Man, please, guys, I appreciate life on a different level than all of that other stuff. I just do. Perhaps because I've been in all the positions of life, which is phenomenal, because you can actually appreciate the little things and be like, wow, this is a very nice moment. This day is wonderful. I could be out, like I said, hitting the gym, going out, flying the drone this morning, doing all these things, looking at properties that I'm wanting to pressure wash, and selling jobs. And it's all in how you look at life. And if you are attempting to maintain someone else's happiness, like in a relationship with a woman, well, that's ultimately going to cause you a lot of problems. That's ultimately going to cause you, how do I want to say it? There is a stress that goes along with maintaining every single relationship in your life, whether it's with a woman or a guy or whatever, or a child or whatever. There's always these things where you have to make concessions with one another that are fantastic, that help maintain the relationship and show that you both care about each other. However, what if you get married to a woman who doesn't do any of that? She doesn't play any of the thankful stuff. She doesn't say thank you. She would never say sorry for anything, even if she was guilty. And you happen to get her to corner herself into admitting it, she won't. Then what? There are no benefits for men to get together and live with women or marry women right now. There's just not. It's going to be a bad thing all over. Somebody said, oh, they're going to have a bachelor tax of, man, I agree with you that that's fucked up. They would even have such a thing as a bachelor tax, which is another reason we need this 1776. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. But you're going to end up paying 50% more for all of her accessories, things that go along with gas to go here, go into this party. She's got Halloween plans to a party you've got to go to. You wanted to hang out to your place and your land and smoke some meat and hang out. And no, the Johnsons are having a party and we got to go over there and pretend to be fake for a little while. Oh, hey, Bill, John, hey, nice to see you guys. Yeah. There are no benefits for a man. All of these things also take away from your productivity as a man. These things take away. I've been trying to build this business up and been building it up. I mean, it's going great. We're growing and shit's getting done. Systems are coming online that are going to be beneficial, especially when doing very, very large jobs, which allows us to, quote, much higher profitable jobs. You know, where we can make much more money in one individual day or two, which is huge. But all of these things wouldn't be possible if I was devoting a lot of my time since 2019. If I had been devoting all this time since then to maintaining another relationship with another female, none of this would have been possible like this. Definitely not at this level. And many a times I'd have been called a failure and a flunky and, oh, this isn't good enough and you'll never make it and this is retarded. That's something you don't have to deal with. And there are people that are in my comments sometimes that I'm guessing are like 8-year-olds that think that your worth as a person is tied into you having sex or not. Guys, once you've had sex a couple million times, like, it's not as, like, you're just like, oh, okay, all right, well, you don't tie your whole life and existence into that anymore, so you're able to go without it for a while and look at life more introspectively than when you're trying to constantly be on your game as an actor. I gotta act like this and be like this and talk like I better not say the right thing. And it's too stressful to live like that, man. Life is too freeing in every other aspect. It's too free. But I'm curious, guys, what benefits could there possibly be for living with a woman in today's modern society? Let me know if I missed a bunch of things that aren't beneficial or are bad for men. I know I left out some, so you should have a few things to comment about down below. If your comment doesn't show up immediately, give me a day or two. I go through and approve them all manually like once a week because YouTube holds like everybody's comments. So, and I'm sure you probably said something that was a little spicy if I know my boys. So yeah, I'm Johnny, guys. Put it down below. We'll see y'all. Peace.